Hi students, let's talk about STP, that is market segmentation, targeting and positioning. This is a topic in marketing management which is a subject taught in first SEM MBA. So segmenting is dividing basically the heterogeneous market into homogeneous segment. So how do we divide the market? There are some bases on the basis of which you will divide the market. So these are the different bases which is chosen by marketers to divide the consumer market or segment the consumer market. So we have geographic segmentation, demographic segmentation, psychographic segmentation, behavioral segmentation, and multiple or hybrid segmentation. So most commonly used basis for segmenting the market is geographic and demographic segmentation because it is easy to measure. You can find out the number of people on the basis of demography, that is a number of particular age group people or number of women or number of men in the population. So commonly used basis for segmentation is geographic and demographic segmentation. So geographic segmentation is where you use the geography of a country. On the basis of that, you will segment the market. So if you take the world market, you can segment it on the basis of nation. Then within nations, you can take some regions or some states. Then within states, you can take some cities. And within cities, you can take some district, taluk, or some neighborhoods. So a company, when it segments the market on the basis of geographic segmentation, it may choose a few segments to market their products in. So they will study the segments which they have chosen. They'll evaluate the profitability of those segments and then they will choose, and then they will find out all about the segment, their needs, wants, etc. So like for example, you find woolens are sold mostly in North India and some parts of South India where the climate is very cold. Demographic segmentation is dividing the market on the basis of age, gender, or family size, or family life cycle. So, income or occupation, that is, what kind of job you are holding, education, what is the education level, race or caste, and generation. So, these are the ways in which the demographic segmentation is done. So family life cycle means each person goes through some stages in his life. So as a child, then as a toddler, then as a young teen, then as an adult, then young and single, then newly married with a young child, then married with an older child, then married with children, dependent children, and then the empty nest, that is when the children have grown up, married, moved away, so one of the parents are surviving. So this is how the family life cycle goes. So a person goes through each stages of this family life cycle. So by understanding which stage he is in the family life cycle, the marketer can come to know what kind of products he wants. Like when you are young and single, you want trendy and fashionable products. As a kid you want toys and such kind of things. Newly married, you require things for the house. So with young children you need things for the young kids, so like that. So by understanding the family life cycle, which stage their target customer is in, they can come to know what are their needs and wants and demands at that particular stage, and accordingly they can market the goods to them. So these are the stages in the family life cycle. Like I told you, bachelor, young and single, newly married couples with no children, then full nest one, young married with a single child, full nest two, older married with more than one. So, psychographic segmentation is dividing the market on the basis of lifestyle. That is, what is the lifestyle of the customers, what social class they belong to, or what is their personality. So, on the basis of that, the segmentation of the market is done. Like, for example, you take beverages like Coke and Pepsi, it is popular with the young people, and raiment clothing is popular with the upper class people. Then you have behavioral segmentation where the market is divided based on the purchase behavior. What is their usage of product, or how they respond to the product, what is their knowledge or attitude towards the product. So based on that, the market is segmented. So, behavioral segmentation, the marketer will see what are the occasions when their targeted customers purchase more. So, like wedding season, people will buy more clothes and jewelry during that time. So, what are the occasions they would like to know when the targeted customers are purchasing more of their products, and also what benefits they seek from the product. On the basis of that also they will try to segment the market. So like if you take detergent, Procter and Gamble's detergent, it provides different benefits. Like there is an economy detergent which is less price, then a detergent which softens the fabric, and another which provides a fresh smell. So all these are the different segments for the detergent market. So for each segment, the marketer will try to find out which segment his targeted customers belong to. So he will come to know about what is the benefit they want or how they intend to use his product. Then based on usage, they see the user status, like what is the status of the targeted customer. Is he a non-user? He has not used the product, or a ex-user, he was using the product and he's not using it now, or is he a potential user, like in the future he may start to use your product, or is he a first time user or a regular user. So based on user status also, they will try to segment the market. Then user rate, also the marketer will try to find out and segment, like whether the targeted customer is a light user or a medium user or a heavy user of his product. Based on that also, they will try to find out and segment the market. Then loyalty status, also on the basis of the loyalty the customers show towards the brands or products or stores or companies, they will try to segment the market. Multiple or hybrid segmentation is where the marketer will use more than one base to segment the market. That means he may take geographic as well as demographic, both he will use to segment the market. So this is known as multiple or hybrid segmentation. So he gets a better defined group of targeted customers by using the hybrid segmentation or multiple segmentation. So best example of segmentation, you can take the highways, Indian highways, the main highways like Delhi, Agra, Delhi, Pune, or Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, Mysore, Bangalore, Chennai, all these highways, you find so many shops. You find hotels, you find restaurants like Saravana Bhavan, Food World A to B. You find supermarkets selling FMCG products, beverages. You find petrol pumps, which are both public sector petrol pumps and private petrol pumps like Shell. So the highway segment is a very profitable segment which the marketers have found out, and because lakhs of customers are passing through the highways, so all these shops which are set up on the highways, they get very good business by having their shops on the highway. So one of the profitable segments which you can take as a best example. After doing the STP, that is segmentation, targeting and positioning, and developing the marketing mix, the marketer will continue to monitor, evaluate and control so that the segmentation, whether it is working still for the customers, because customers are human beings. They keep changing, their needs, wants and demands keep on changing. So he has to keep monitoring to see whether the segmentation is still working. If the customers show any change in behavior, then he may have to resegment the market, and he has to keep a control also on segmentation, targeting and positioning so that his marketing cost does not go too high. So this is the target segmentation strategy which is followed by marketers. Now to do effective segmentation, there is some criteria or some characteristics which should be there in the segment. Then only the marketer can do effective segmentation. So the segment should be heterogeneous. That means this market should be heterogeneous. It should have a mix of customers who are of different lifestyle, different educational level, different age group, different jobs, different kind of personalities, and their requirement for products should be different. So the market should be heterogeneous. Their demand should be heterogeneous. Then only the marketer can do effective segmentation of that market. So the first characteristic which should be there in the market, it should be heterogeneous. So like for example, you see the cars market. It is divided into so many segments. There is small cars, there is sports utility cars, there is premium cars, there are family cars. So like that, for each segment, the car manufacturers are catering to each segment by providing suitable cars for each segment. Measurability. The segment should be measurable. The segment should be of good size. It should be a growing segment, and it should be measurable. So, who are the people in that segment? What is their likes and dislikes? What is their age, gender, lifestyle, income levels? How do they use products? All this should be capable of being measured, and it should be a growing segment. It should not be a segment like which has no potential of growing. Then the marketer cannot hope for profits in the long term. So if he wants profits in the long term, it should be a growing segment, and it should be of a considerable size. Like young people in the segment means he can expect profit for them from them in the long term, because they grow and they become adults, young people, and then they'll go into old age. So their demand for products will continue. So that will give more business to the marketer. So measurability is the second thing which should be there in the market. It should be heterogeneous, it should be measurable, then only effective segmentation can happen. And the segment should be sustainable. That means the marketer should be able to serve that segment for the long term. It should be a growing segment which will give profits to the marketer for the long term. It should grow in size, the purchasing power of that segment should go on increasing. So then that is known as sustainability. So then only the marketer, for him, he can expect profits in the long term from that segment. So like for example, you take SUVs. They were not profitable when they were introduced into the Indian market. But slowly people started realizing that SUVs are very good cars, durable cars on city roads, highways, and any kind of roads, rough roads. So the demand for SUVs started picking up, and now it is a very good market which is sustainable. That means it continues to give profits. There is continued demand for SUVs from customers, so it gives substantial profits to the marketer. The segment should be actionable. That means whatever the marketing activities or whatever the marketing mix which the marketer has developed, it should be capable of being applied in that segment. So that is actionability. The a market should be actionable. That means whatever the marketer plans to do as part of his marketing activities, he is able to do in that market. And the segment should be accessible. That means it's a segment which should be reachable by the marketer. So whatever segment he has targeted the marketer, he should be able to reach them with his programs, with his marketing programs. So that means the segment is easily reached or it is accessible. So these are the characteristics which should be there in a market so that effective segmentation can happen.